Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Now, this isn't just going to be any old video. In this video, I'm going to be walking you guys through the $70 million plus OFM operating system and exactly why you need this and why you need this yesterday. So what you're going to learn in this video is you're going to understand the number one reason why you're struggling to scale your OnlyFans management agency. So if at any point you are struggling to go ahead and make more money from running your OnlyFans management agency, then this is the video for you. And more importantly, we're going to be discussing how exactly to fix this. I'm not going to just be telling you what the issue is, but I'm also going to be giving you the solution to it as well. So I really do recommend you staying right until the end, okay? And this isn't going to be the usual surface level advice that you're used to hearing from others, okay? We're going to be giving tons and tons of value within this video. I'm going to show you the actual operating system behind 70 plus million per year in annual revenue across all my clients' OnlyFans management agencies. And I'm going to walk you through why it works and explain why not having the infrastructure is the reason most agencies stay stuck. So let's get into this. So I'm just going to quickly just cover who am I, so you can, you know what makes me qualified to actually be teaching this sort of stuff. So my name is Ethan. I run one of the first and leading OnlyFans management agencies based in the UK. I've been in this space for over 5 years. You can just go on my YouTube and you can go ahead and scroll down and you can see that I've been in this industry for a while and pretty much before anyone else. I was talking about this before it became popular, okay? Most people you see teaching this, they went around 2 years ago, and I was building systems and scaling models before half the industry, or even more than that, even knew it existed, okay? And I also run model systems.ai, where I take everything I've built inside my own agency and install it into other people's operations, okay? So here's the numbers. We have 47 plus clients inside of our program. We've helped dozens scale to 5 figures a month plus, and then multiple clients now doing 6 figures a month and beyond. And we also do have an outlier, and that one is JP. He went ahead and joined the program. This was in 2023. We helped him sign his first model. 90 days later, he was able to hit $50,000 a month with the model accounts. So this being the key thing here, he was able to consistently scale OnlyFans models, getting their accounts up to $50,000 a month. He was doing around about $70,000 a month in revenue. I believe he had 2 clients at this point. That was 90 days later after he started his agency. And as you can see, currently the last 3 months earnings, he did over $10 million. He's doing around about nearly $15 million a year in sales. And you can see all the stats here if you find that sort of stuff interesting. So I'm not telling any of this to impress you. I'm telling you this because JP Trajectory proves something in this space that most people don't want to hear, and we're going to be touching on that, okay? And yeah, by all means, JP is not the traditional result that you can expect inside my consulting program. In fact, you can't expect any result because I don't know your work ethic, I don't know who you are. I could go ahead and give you all the systems and infrastructure, but if you don't implement that, then that is on you. So I don't know if you've got any mental blocks, any stuff like that that's stopping you from actually being successful. So yeah, by no means is this the normal result. Typically, we're able to go ahead and help people get up to 5 figures a month, 6 figures a month. But yeah, we've had the occasional outlier, which has massively bumped this number up, okay? Hence why I can make such an audacious claim, all right? So let's get into it. The number one problem. Your success in this business is tied to this one thing. How well you can scale OnlyFans models. I honestly do not care about anything else. All I care about is the ability of your agency to go ahead and scale OnlyFans model accounts, actually deliver value. So how many models you can sign is irrelevant. How many hours you work, what niche you're in, all of this stuff is irrelevant. How effectively you can take a model's page and grow it from whatever it's doing now to significantly more, that's the skill and that's the entire game. And the better you're at with that skill, the more money you're going to be making in the space. If you can take a model who's doing $1,000 a month, and then within 30 days you can get her doing $10,000 a month, you're going to make a lot of money within this industry with your agency. If you can get a model from $1,000 to $3,000 within 30 days, you're still going to be making a decent bit of money, and you're still going to be able to make money within this space. So that's the skill, and the better you're at with this skill, the more money you'll be making. And if you do not have this skill, if you lack the ability to actually scale OnlyFans models, then you're not going to be successful. It's as simple as that. And I think that's something that this space confuses so much. I see so many people talking about, oh, you need to sign these models, just all these little sort of strategies, but not focusing on, okay, the number one way you make money is through rev share. And you get a good rev share with a model. If you go ahead and actually scale up your account, you make more money. It's as simple as that, okay? And you can be terrible at pretty much everything else. Like, I know I make content and other people make content around, signing models, onboarding them, communicating with them. That stuff is important, but it's all kind of irrelevant and minuscule compared to, this stuff is nice add-ons, but the core that you need is the actual ability to grow their account, okay? And that's exactly what I'm focused on. And that's what this whole entire channel is focused on. It's around scaling OnlyFans models, okay? And it's exactly what my program's focused on as well, giving you the skill to go ahead and be able to scale OnlyFans models. And we do help you with all the other entire parts of the process, but this core skill is what makes someone successful or make someone unsuccessful. Like JP, if he didn't have that ability to be able to go ahead and get girls up to $50,000 a month, he never would have been able to build this agency, okay? So it all started with that one skill of being able to get the first model up to $50,000 a month, okay? So yeah, that's what I'm going to be imparting to you. This skill I built over 5 years for scaling OnlyFans models, and you will be successful, okay? Providing you actually put in the work. Again, I'm not making any sort of claim here. Your results are entirely in your own hands. You're going to be, if you're the type of person who's going to be successful, then you're going to go ahead and seek out advice, and you're going to utilize that advice. Some of you are going to go ahead and seek out advice, and you're not going to end up utilizing it, which leads to you being unsuccessful, okay? So your results are entirely in your hands. So why are most agencies failing? The failure rate in the space is brutal. I'm going to be honest with you, because I see so many people hyping up this business because they're trying to sell you some sort of course or something, going, oh, this business is perfect. Yes, it's a good business model. Yes, the economics of it are very sound, but it does not detract away from the fact that the majority of you watching this video are going to fail. And if that upsets you, then you have a few things that you can do about that in order to go ahead and increase the statistical likelihood of you being successful with this agency, if that's what you want. I'm going to be walking you guys through exactly how you can do that. But yeah, if you're looking for some sort of get-rich-quick opportunity, some way to make easy money, then I'm sorry, but business isn't for you, full stop. There, no opportunity like that exists. Hate to break it to you. You can try and find some get-rich opportunity within AI and go to the next fad. All right. So when we sign a new model, we log into account. And when we log into the account, I end up seeing a graveyard of the agencies who have fallen before me, different comrades. So, old agency tagging systems within the account, old agency scripts, old agency tracking links, and they all share one thing in common. All these failed agencies of the past, they couldn't scale the account and lost the income, okay? Whenever I speak to models and I'm vetting whether we should go ahead and sign them, the amount of times I hear them say, oh, I worked with an agency, the agency wasn't able to deliver good results, and the agency was bad. The truth is there's lots of agencies within the space, but they're all just terrible delivering service results because they're just following old, outdated advice, like dating apps, which was advice good in 2022, but is irrelevant now. And then people who are just teaching when they don't actually have any experience within the space. So here's the brutal truth. Most agencies never get past $5K a month. A huge percentage never hit their first $10,000. So the ones that do can't hold it, and one good month followed by 3 bad ones, okay? So this is something I see on every onboarding call. So across those 47 plus clients that we have inside our program, when they join, the first thing we do on the onboarding call is we dissect exactly where they are, okay? So we go ahead, we give them a form, and they need to go ahead and fill out this form submission, and we basically collect all the info on their agency. So revenue numbers, model account, team structure, etc. And they give us that gives us surgeon level precision when looking at the agency, okay? So a common thing that I've noticed is that it takes a lot of people time to fill out the information and the data. They have to go ahead and they have to collect it. And they end up going on different CRMs, the OnlyFans platform itself, just trying to find where this data and statistics are, different sort of spreadsheets. And most of the time they haven't actually tracked the data that we're asking for. Most of the time they don't really have a clue whereabouts they can go ahead and find that data. But they're just focused on like, oh, how do I get more views and impressions on my videos? But the thing is, you need data. Data is so important when it comes to scaling up OnlyFans models. Without data, you're playing this game completely blind. And with data, you operate like an engineer. If you have a business owner who's successful and you go ahead and ask him, well, how much profit did you do last year? What's your cost to acquire a customer? What's your retention rate of subscribe? Like, you ask these sort of detailed questions, they're going to know it off the top of their head. I know the stats with my agency. The question is, do you? And most people, they don't. I see this time and time again. So you need to be operating like an engineer. Everyone who's successful tracks the data. So if you want to be successful, track the data. You can diagnose, implement, measure, fix the next bottleneck. So people are lacking this source of truth. So a single dashboard that shows them the entire OnlyFans funnel, diagnoses the bottleneck, and gives them the system to fix it. Because here's the truth, like getting the data and information you need within the OnlyFans isn't that easy. The OnlyFans statistics is pretty crap. It's pretty bad, to be honest with you. That's why there's different CRM softwares out there like Inflow, Creator Hero, Super Creator, all these different ones, Fansmetric. They all go ahead and they just do a better job that OnlyFans do, allowing you to see more data, allowing you to have more information, because the OnlyFans platform is pretty bad. But from these platforms, they give you the data and they allow you to extract the information that you need, but they don't actually go ahead and display the data to you very friendly. Like, you can get the data, you can get your retention rates, but it's very hard to see, okay, what's my retention rate? How does that correlate with last month? It's very hard to actually understand the data. Which brings me to my next point. Data is useless by itself. It's the application of data that matters. So you could go ahead and know all these numbers. Knowing these numbers by themselves is part of the way. It's the first step. But being able to actually make decisions and from that data is the next part, okay? This brings us to the OFM OS dashboard. So this is an internal resource that I've been using inside my agency. It's a software that we've had custom coded and developed for internal use, and we've also been rolling it out to our consulting clients. And it's an entire dashboard that allows you to actually see the OnlyFans funnel. We're in the business of online, making money online. The way you make money online is through a funnel, getting traffic, monetizing that traffic, and you have different steps within that process, okay? And we like to visualize each OnlyFans account in terms of a funnel, and it allows us to go ahead and see what the exact issue is. So instead of hopping between 5 different platforms, you open this, all the information is here, and I'm actually going to go ahead and open this up on the screen and walk you guys through how this works. So we are now inside my agency's internal dashboard, and this is what we use in my own agency as well as our clients. We allow them to go ahead and use this particular software. And essentially what it does is it displays key information for us. So we have monthly revenue, profile to paid conversion rate, average revenue per paying user, and then retention rate. And we have this tracked against particular goals, so we can see whether it's going well, whether it's not going well. And based on that, we can then go ahead and get custom feedback, okay? So we have key information up here, the main KPIs that we're interested in. We then have the sales funnel visualized here, end to end, so we can go ahead and see promo views, funnels to profile visits, funnels to free page subs, funnels to paid subs, funnels to revenue. We can go ahead and see exactly the process of this, and we can see the conversion rate between each individual step. So if there is an issue in terms of scaling an OnlyFans account, we can open this up for the particular account and we can diagnose the exact issue by being able to look at this funnel and compare it to the average across other agencies. And this is something that's really important, is that some people say, oh, Ethan, why are you doing all this? Why are you giving away this information? what they don't understand is that first, building goodwill within an industry is always a good long-term play, and something that I'm doing here with you guys, giving you goodwill. Just like I gave JP goodwill, and he in return gives goodwill back to me. It's just a cycle of helping people. They help you. I'm not going to pretend I know everything, but I know a heck of a lot within this space, and a heck of a lot more than you. So yeah, that's first reason, and the second reason is that more data, the more info, it allows us to go ahead and improve all of our operations. Okay, so we can have an effective ecosystem within the corner of the OnlyFans market that we own. Okay, so we have this sales funnel here, and we can see the traffic percentages split by platform down there, fan concentration, RPM, average revenue per subscriber, and these goals adjust based on what the averages we have seen across the other OnlyFans agencies accounts. Okay, so we can see whether it's doing well, whether it's not doing well. Based on this information, we then have performance-driven insights from that. So we have an AI which goes ahead and looks at the data, and then based on a preset of rules, identifies what the bottleneck currently is, and then goes ahead and gives you the bottleneck addressed here, along with the action steps, and as well access to guides, SOPs, frameworks, playbooks, systems, mechanisms, the stuff that is going to allow you to go ahead and fix that particular bottleneck. Okay, so you're no longer going to have to be concerned about, what's the issue with my agency? What do I need to do next? No, you plug in your agency, the numbers get loaded, performance data-driven insights are generated. You can then go ahead and action those insights, implement the fixes, and then you have solved that bottleneck, and you'll be making more money. Okay, perfect. So let's take a look at the systems behind the dashboard. Okay, so identifying the bottleneck is only half of it. The other half is having the system to actually fix it. And that's what we go ahead and give you within that performance data-driven insights. We're not just going ahead and telling you this is the issue, go fix it yourself. Like, that is very useful in of itself, being able to see what the issue is, but you also need the fix for it. And this is where most programs and stuff like this falls apart. They tell you your retention is low, but won't give you the operational documents to fix it. You're left Googling how to improve OnlyFans retention at 11 p.m. like everyone else, okay? So inside the OFM operating system, every bottleneck has a corresponding system. Dashboard identifies the problem, SOPs solve it. We have so many SOPs that I've built for each aspect or each item that we have to execute on a daily and a weekly and a monthly basis inside my agency. The whole goal of the SOPs is to make everything so boring and that you can go ahead and just kind of implement the fixes and scale it up. Like, it literally is a question of opening up an SOP, executing that task, and that's it. It's all done. I like everything being very systemized, very tight, and very efficient. So we have like SOPs for chatting scripts, first day sequences, pricing tiers, retention frameworks, traffic systems, hiring processes, onboarding workflows. Absolutely every process within our agency, we have an SOP for. We also have instruction manuals for various job roles within your agency. It depends what stage you're at, whether you're expanding, you can have a different sort of organization structure to someone else. So let me actually go ahead and show you an example of this. So just load up my Google Docs here. We have our retention playbook here. And in this retention playbook, you can go ahead and we then have, tons of pages and content and information that's been built based on the information we've collected over the past 5 years and the scientific experiments that we have implemented and all the tests and everything like that. Okay, so we've done so much stuff when it comes to this that, like, if your retention low, open up a retention SOP playbook, implement the steps, boom, your retention is going to be higher. We've distilled it down to a science. Okay, and this is just one example of dozens and dozens and dozens of playbooks that we have, or SOPs that we have, and they continually are getting updated within our agency as we update certain procedures. Okay, obviously we're still running my own agency, so as we test certain things and find what works, we then go ahead and publish that to the model systems.ai consulting program. Okay. So yeah, if a system doesn't produce results inside my own agency first, it doesn't go into the program. So my agency is kind of like an incubator for all these SOPs. I'm testing stuff out myself. If it works, I then go ahead and publish it. Okay. So let's take a look at what happens when these systems are actually installed. Okay. So as we can see here with Nathan, he did $20,000 last month. I used to think this was a lot of money, but in reality, I'm just getting started. 1K a day, 30K, 30K a month. Here we come. As you see, he did 1K a day. I think that was only like halfway through the day as well. So we started at like a few thousand a month, installed the dashboard, hired chatters into the SOPs, built the back end, 13K mid-month, 20K full months, 1K days. Now pushing past $30,000 a month. His words, chatters, chatting, systems, scaling. We then have Ben Pauling. Ben Pauling, you can read this here. He hit $42,000 in a single month. Said the biggest win wasn't a tactic, it was a mindset shift for him. So he stopped acting like a freelancer and started building like a business owner. So instead of grinding all day, every day, he was actually building these systems and implementing them correctly so he could have the scale that he was looking for. CM, within 90 days, he did $70,000 plus in earnings. He said fans so engaged, they were sending care packages of the money in the mail, and that was from 2 models. And again, he went on to onboarding another 2 models to scale further. Jeffrey Manson hit his first $1,200 day. Message segmentation for high spenders, fear of missing out offers to expired subs, structured custom menu, small infrastructure changes, massive output difference. So as you can see, all the things that these people have in common, this is just a fraction of the case studies that we have. You can go ahead and click the link in the description, and you can go ahead and see on the webpage where you can book in a call. We have all the case studies listed. Or not even all of them. There's just so many that we have of people they all have the ability to actually scale OnlyFans models, and it's the skill that they all have, okay? So different starting points, different niches, different model accounts, but same infrastructure, producing the same pattern. And this is the compound effect. So the more clients who join and feed data into the system, the smarter the benchmarks become. We're constantly refining what good looks like across different niches, revenue levels, and model counts. Your data makes the dashboard better for everyone. Everyone's data makes the dashboard better for you. So an example of this, not only is the data getting refined, but within the other day, within the program, I was speaking to Nathan. So he's the guy who hit $30,000 a month. This was on one of our weekly calls. And he basically said that he implemented a particular change. He noticed that his conversion rate of his OnlyFans profile was pretty low for the model. Of course, this was based on the data he was seeing compared to other people. He started experimenting with this. He implemented bullet points and a PS line, and he boosted conversion rate by 2%. Okay, and when you've already got an account which is making good money, an extra 2% of people who click, who are people who are converting into subscribers on the page, and you're getting tens of thousands of views on your page every single day. That makes a huge difference in the amount of income. Okay, so you'll be surprised at how small these tweaks can make. And he found out that information, great, published it back into the program, and that's now a standard implemented practice that we implement at my agency, and we also encourage other people to also implement as well. And hey, if you're already running an OnlyFans model, then you know to implement a PS line and bullet points, and you're going to notice 2% conversion increase. Okay, it's a little bit valuable information for you there. So yeah, that kind of intel doesn't exist in any course. It comes from like operators inside systems solving real problems in real time based on data. Okay, so you're not learning from just one person. You're learning from the collective intelligence of 47 plus agencies. So one of my favorite things of all time is systems. That's something you probably know that I love. And James Clear is the author of Atomic Habits, which is a fantastic book. One of the famous quotes that he said within the book is, "You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems." And I absolutely love that quote, because every agency owner I speak to has all these ambitious goals, but that's completely irrelevant. You could have, I've spoken to people, I've asked them, what's your goal for like 90 days? And they go, I want to be making $100,000 a month. Like, where are you currently at? I'm at $0 a month. Okay, that's a goal. What are you actually going to do to get there? Because that is a very, very big goal, and it's likely going to be unachievable for you. So yeah, if they've all got these goals, but I'm just going to give you a little riddle to explain this. What's the difference between you and a guy making more money than you in the exact same business? He has more systems working for him. That's simple. Whether that's people, automations, software, advertising, SOPs, dashboards, whatever form those systems take, the answer is always the same. He has infrastructure producing results that you're still trying to produce manually. He's operating an engine, you're pushing a car. That's what we help you build, the engine. Okay? Very simple. The guy who's making more money than you, if you look at the systems that he's got, maybe he's got people around him doing certain things. Maybe he's got automations running, making him money. Maybe all these sort of things. He's got more systems running than you. So if you can go ahead and implement those systems into your own agency and have those systems working for you, then you would be making the exact same amount of money that he's making. Okay? Very simple. So systems are everything, which is why you need to go ahead and implement systems if you're serious about being able to actually go ahead and have an operating system that can scale OnlyFans models consistently and actually being able to deliver value and scale them up. And that's how you're going to be successful within this particular business, okay? So how we install it, very simple. Inside the program, you start off with an onboarding call. So we have people who join this one-on-one onboarding call with myself. After they filled in the form submission, we then identify the gaps, build the systems roadmap specific to your situation. Again, everyone's situation is different at different stages within their journey. And then a prioritized plan based on your data. So not some generic checklist, looking at your data and addressing what's the most immediate bottleneck, and then mapping out a systems roadmap to address that bottleneck. And then the next one's going to be the most pressing after that. We have the OFM OS dashboard, so you get access to this immediately. This is your core source of truth. You plug in your numbers, connect the OnlyFans accounts, and then for the first time, you can actually see your business. You can actually visualize it, which has huge effect on your agency. Bottleneck becomes visible. Guesswork stops. System decision tree tells you which SOPs to implement first. And this brings us on to the system decision tree. Removes all the guesswork about what to work on next. The dashboard shows allows you to see the data, goes ahead and shows you the bottleneck based on performance insights, and then goes ahead and gives you a decision tree which tells you which system, and you go ahead and follow the tree. So built on data from dozens of agencies, it knows the highest leverage move for your specific situation, and it goes ahead and gives you the internal SOPs that we have used, scientifically tested at my very own agency to verify that they work, and you can go ahead and implement them for yourself. Okay. We also have something called Ethan AI. So it's been plugged in with over 50 gigabytes plus of data from the past 5 years from me. A lot more than 50 gigabytes. All my calls, everything from my agency, my brain, my notes, my frameworks, call recordings, SOPs, strategy, all inside an AI assistant trained on my entire knowledge base. So if you're stuck at 2 a.m., you can go ahead and ask the Ethan AI, not some generic ChatGPT, which is just going to end up Googling some generic blog to try and answer your detailed question about fixing OnlyFans retention rates. But it's going to be actually based on real data and real fixes and SOPs that we have implemented. There's also weekly support calls. So every Wednesday we have live calls. So bring whatever you're stuck on, traffic, chatting, team management, a metric that doesn't make sense, and we work through it in real time. We then have monthly red team teardown. So once a month, you go ahead and fill in your SOP and submit your current numbers and data. All the links as well. I then personally go ahead and audit your entire OnlyFans funnel. I go ahead and audit your traffic, your conversion, your backend, your retention, your team, and I tell you exactly what's broken and exactly what to fix. This gives you insane amount of clarity and focus and direction, which allows you to go ahead and scale up. And this is also shared across the other agencies, so they can go ahead and learn from your mistakes as well. So why the red team? The job is to attack your funnel, find the weaknesses, break it on paper so it doesn't break in reality. We then hand you the repairs. So this is something that's really important. You want to try and break things. You want to try and see what you can go ahead and improve, okay? And in my opinion, this is one of the highest value deliverables in the program because it's custom to your agency every single time. You're going to be getting a exact step-by-step roadmap on what you need to go ahead and fix each and every month, okay? So if this is for you and it makes sense, you want the, you like the dashboard, the SOPs, the systems approach, the results, the next the next step is to book in a diagnostic call. If you are looking for quick wins, get rich quick, if you're lazy, then this isn't for you. Click away. Business isn't for you in general. I'm not going to sit here and say that all of this, that we're 100% going to be able to help you get results like dozens of our clients. Statistically, you got a 10% chance of building a $50,000 a month OnlyFans management agency. But within the program, we have a lot higher statistical likelihood that you're going to build a $50,000 a month agency, let alone that you're going to go ahead and build at least a 5-figure a month agency. So statistically, you have a good chance of building a successful OnlyFans management agency, but that is not guaranteed by all means. And of course, we don't offer guarantees because it is entirely up to you based on what you implement. Okay, no one's going to go ahead and drag you to success. It's impossible. You need to go ahead and meet me halfway here. All right. So yeah, if on the call, we'll go ahead and you book in the link down below. We'll go ahead and identify what your bottlenecks are, what's working, what isn't, and whether the OFM OS is the right fit for your situation. If it is, I'll show you the implementation roadmap, and we'll go ahead and get started with imparting the skill and being able to scale OmniFan models, plugging you into this operating system, and you then going ahead and growing with all these other OmniFan management agencies, making lots and lots of money. And if it's not, I'll tell you, I have turned plenty of people away from the calls because the timing wasn't right, or they weren't the right fit for the program. They didn't have the right mindset. So yeah, if you're, this is for serious people who are wanting to build an OnlyFans management agency that makes a lot of money. If that's you, book in the call and I'll see you there.